Welcome back to a fresh episode of Missin Curfew. I'm stepping in here as the up dog is still on the fella tour, fella. The all-star content keeps on rolling here at Missin Curfew. Thank you to the Tkachuk family. Last week was unbelievable. Maddie, Brady, Walt. We got to meet their beautiful, sweet grandmother, their mother, their whole entire family. Great support system. This week we got Kevin Hayes. This one was a very important one for myself, the up dog, everybody at Hall Pass Media. Everyone knows what happened to our brother Broadway, Jimmy Scoops Hayes. We lost him way, way too early. Not many days go by here at Missin Curfew that his name's not brought up. I know when I watch hockey games and make a wager with our fellows at DraftKings, I always think about Scoopsy and texting him. So Broadway, we still miss you. We still love you. And for Kevin Hayes to step in, such a great weekend for him. Had all his family there, had Jimmy's son there. So here's Kevin Hayes coming at you from the Rock Bar in Fort Lauderdale. Up dog, All-Star Weekend continues. Hazy, Kevin Hayes, thanks for joining us, fella.
Of course, anytime.
It was good catching up with the other night, seeing you had Chucky sick pad there. What a spread he had for the boys. Hey, USA Hockey does it, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Hey. I was
growing
impressed.
up, I think Brady and Matthew wanted to be like me and Jimmy. I want to be like Brady and Matthew.
They got it figured out.
Man.
They're buttoned up, and I mean...
Man, I was looking at their stats the other day. Matthew has more penalty minutes in games played, more points in games played, and Brady's right behind him. They're going to have three Tkachuks, Hall of Fame, 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, hey, can I come hang out with you
guys?
guys?
What do you guys do? Exactly.
Well, we just had Big Walt on, and I felt a little undersized here. I do right now, too, with YouTube duties, but I mean, sitting next to him and Big Walt, I'm like, these two motherfuckers.
These chairs better be nice and fucking sturdy here.
Yeah, switch seats with me. I got to sit in the cooler.
Yeah. I'm like, Macco, you sit there, I'll sit in this cooler. I can go through that chair right there. I can go through that chair.
Oh, that's great. Hazy, what does it mean to have your family down here for the All-Star game here?
Yeah, it's
your
awesome.
First one?
Yeah, first one.
Congrats.
Only took 10 years, but
that's not bad. That's not bad.
You're here, man. South Florida too,
it's
right?
Good. Yeah, exactly. Like everyone keeps asking, they're like, "What does it mean?" And I'm like, "It's come full circle. Like you played here with my brother. You were here too with my brother, right? Yeah. Like come to a city that he played in, friends and family that live down here, like Yans, and then all my buddies from home came, and we got to experience the whole weekend. I got Bodog with me the whole weekend, so it's cool. It's something that he always wanted me to do. I never thought it would happen. He would always be like, "Man, I'm telling you, you're nasty. You're nasty. Like, you're gonna be an all-star. You're gonna be an all-star." And I'm like, man, I'm like a.
When'd you go to bed, Jimmy?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
staying up and have another beer.
Exactly. I'm like, go to bed, please, legit. And it's funny because when I actually found out, I was like, man, I wish Jimmy could be here. This would be like perfect for him, right? Like with you guys, would you guys be my family, and then like. Yeah, Jimmy's like the biggest locker room guy in the world, right?
Oh, like, dude, I was gonna say. So when
I'd be like, "Hey, I'm taking Bo," he'd be like, "Can you take me?"
Yeah. Do you want to come hang out with you? Yeah. You're like, Bo, sorry, but I set this one up.
Like, there's an age limit, man. You gotta be 5 and under to go to this locker room.
So, dude, I came. I met your bro, and it was probably my 10th year in the league or whatever. I came here on a PTO, and I'm up dog, and I meet Jimmy, and I'm like to him, I'm like, is he like this every fucking day?
It's
and he said, oh yeah. And I was just the energy that he brought, and I'm like, me as a veteran, I just wanted to be around him and fucking hang out with him.
I literally just did an interview with our Flyers beat writers, and of course it gets like a little emotional, right? They're talking about Jimmy. I'm like, honestly, like you guys, like you're unlucky you never met him. Like, if you came into the room and you had like no one to talk to, and he saw you, he would just like come over and be like. Yeah. He would like shit on himself to like make you laugh. To make everyone else like in a better situation. And so like they were like, where's like your locker room glue guy come from? And I'm like, honestly, it's like I always try to be a good guy, but like once my brother passed, I'm like, all right, like if I can try to be like him in the locker room every day, right? Like
man, that's the model.
That's literally what it is. And like I'm a big locker room guy. I think you guys know that. Like
you're one of the best.
I don't care what fans or coaches think of me as like as a person, as long as when I'm done playing, my teammates are like, "Oh, he was great."
That's the ultimate compliment.
That's exactly
the ultimate compliment.
You should have seen your bro before games. Fucking go through this Red Bull cans and do his thing and look around. Are you ready?
And like sometimes he's like, "I'm playing 3 minutes today."
He's like, "What time is it?" It's time for Jimmy. Broadway's coming on. Here's to you. Here's to you, up dog. It was just I'm like, this guy is fucking high octane and just
feeding off it.
No, I got here. So I got here yesterday, and I did a little stroll up Las Olas, and it all just came back to me, buddy. And you talk about a little bit of the emotions I'm going through, and it's been 10 years since we played here. And the walks we used to do from where we lived to our Cafe Europa, where we used to sit there pregame.
I had lunch with you guys
pregame meals, and I'm like, we used to just be fucking, chirping each other like, nice shoes, Jimmy. Where do you get those? He's like, I don't know where you're getting all your shoes.
Crazy.
We we had such good banter. Always had a great team here.
Yeah.
Playing in South Florida, you're like over at Maddie's place last night. Like,
it's crazy.
It's just
unreal.
It was a great time. So.
Yeah, and it's like it sucks because like we wish that he could be here with us, right? Like I said, he'd be eating this up, but like it's just like such a cool weekend that my whole family's down here. Like, my sisters, right? Like they don't give a shit about hockey at all. Like, my sister Eileen, I think she's coming here because she thinks she's gonna like become famous somehow. Like, someone's gonna film her the right way, and she's gonna hit it off. Like
they have a good sense of humor.
Yeah. And so like they don't give a shit, but it's just so cool that like we're in a place that he played at, and my whole family gets to be here, and Bo, and so it'll be a fun. It hasn't really been that pinch me moment yet for me.
Yeah.
Like, because like so far it's been my everyday life. Like go to someone's house, have a few beers, go to bed. Right? Like I'm like, this is All-Star break? Like I did this last All-Star break.
This is better. I'm not getting back skating every day.
Exactly. I'm like, I've done this every All-Star break. This is nothing.
You're like, all I gotta do is a skills comp.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I think eventually there'll be a pinch me moment where like you're looking at Ovi or Sid, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not too amazed by a lot of people. There's a short list, but like it's gonna be sick. Fucking watching Ovi take a clapper.
Yeah.
Man, he's a goat at that stuff. You know what I mean? So, and he's one of the guys here that I don't know well. So I'm hoping to kind of. He
might be on your line. Bro.
I have a bum shoulder from like game 6 from him, and I'm like, I might ask him like, what were you doing trying to crunch me open ice?
We're
losing 3-0. Like,
and how much do you weigh? How much you weigh, bro?
I'm like, let me slide, man. Like, I played golf the other day, and every time I took a divot, I'm like, Ovi. Well,
at least you're going to remember the greatest goal scorer of all time. At least it's not some plug you're like, fucking O'Brien.
Exactly. So like, and I remember I came back to the bench. I'm like, we were actually winning this game. We lost in overtime. I'm like, what the hell is he doing late in the third trying to crush guys open ice?
But back to like the sense of humor your whole family has, and obviously the situation when we came for Jimmy's funeral was one of the toughest things. But your mom right away, she meets this guy. She's like, this thing Uppy. All I would hear from Jimmy is Scotty Up. And she's like, who the fuck is this Scotty Upshaw? She'd be like, hey, Mom, Uppy this, Uppy that. And she's like, who the fuck is this Scotty Upshaw?
I know that whole weekend was crazy, right? Like,
it
was such a sad weekend. But like,
it was beautiful.
It was
at the
so
same time.
fun.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. It's weird to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cause like I was miserable the whole weekend, obviously. But like then you like I run into guys like you, and I'm like, holy. And then I see Piers, right? And I'm like,
well, just the effect that Broadway made on everyone, right? That's what I took out of it. How tight of a community Dorchester and Boston is, and how people rally around. That was cool. And then how much people love Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I only played with Hazy for a month.
Yeah.
And he made an impression on me that I knew someday when he was done playing that I had this in mind. I was like, that's a guy that I want to get involved.
For sure.
Right? And I knew that he would be good at it and want to do it.
It was crazy. I'm giving like my eulogy, and I like,
you did great, man.
How the hell am I going to get through this? And I look up and I see guys like Subban's there.
Yeah.
McDonough. Claude Giroux. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and I'm like, this is Marty St. Louis. Like, he never even texted me saying, "Hey, I'm coming."
Yeah.
Like, and then you just see.
You play with Marty in New York, right?
Yeah.
Marty's the best.
He's the best.
Yeah, I love
so
Marty.
like you see that stuff, right? And you're like.
Shaddy, Johnny Hockey.
Exactly.
It was just your guys' community up there is tight.
It's crazy.
And the guys are beauties.
Yeah,
the
and then all of a sudden,
Boston
I
guys
heard
are
about
my
the
best
night you
buddies.
guys had. I'm like, fuck, I wish I was there.
Yeah, I couldn't have grown up further away from Boston, and I feel like I have 5 best Boston buddies.
Local.
It's crazy. That's fucking. Maybe it's just a little Irish.
So that's why I like. Not to get off topic, but I'm like Boston in the summer. Best place on earth.
Nantucket, right, baby? Nantucket, the old chicken coop?
Yeah.
Chicken box? What's it called?
Chicken box.
I've been just pinned in there a few nights.
Tell me about
it. Your brother, too, was great. He was a Nantucket type of guy.
Big sexy, just be like...
Just sweating.
Yeah. So I think that Boston's the best place because, like, I'm only there for... like 3.5 months, and it's the nicest 3.5 months of the summer, right? It's the whole year.
Yeah.
And then you have so many NHL guys that live there, so it's a blast. You work out, you skate, you play golf, go to bed.
Yeah, it's great.
Where do you tee it up there?
I'm a member at Old Sandwich.
Oh, that's right. Scoopsy would always be talking about that. I'm like, bro, you're not in there. He's what we always used to say. I didn't have enough goals. Not enough points.
It's a good spot. It's a good spot.
That's where Jans has a pretty good setup down here now.
Yeah, I was at Jans's last night.
If you could retire in the perfect sort of situation, he's got it made. A couple nights on TNT.
Yeah, exactly.
Play the Grove. We're going to go play the Grove.
We play the Grove. You guys are playing?
We're playing Monday.
Who are you playing with?
Gretzky.
Oh, he was there. I had breakfast with him the other day.
Did it? Yeah.
He had no shoes on. I'm like, man, like,
that's a proper clubhouse too, right? Yeah.
And it's hilarious. We all showed up. We're like, man, we're a little hungover. Like, we don't want to drink. We don't want to really eat too much. We sit down. Gretzky's like, oh, what do you guys have? And we're like, we don't know yet. He's like, I'll take a Bloody Mary and steak and eggs. They look at me. I'm like, I'll do a Bloody Mary and steak and eggs. The next guy's like, Bloody Mary, steak and eggs. I'm like, oh, what the?
Yeah, I know, right? Just follow his lead.
Exactly.
I would do the same thing. Hey, what about that track where they had the U.S. Open, the Boston Country, the Country Club?
The Country Club.
How's that?
The place is awesome.
Yeah,
it's old school. It's weird. It's like it's not like the Grove. The Grove, there's no rules, right? Like. Their only rule is be a good person.
Don't piss on the greens.
Literally, the only rule is be a good person.
Don't piss in the bunker.
That's it. But at like the Country Club, right? It's rule after rule after rule after rule. But that's what makes it cool, though. You know what I mean? There's so much history there. Where the Grove is like this new place, like new golf. Flat brims, T-shirts, no shoes.
Nice.
Carts are going 40 miles per hour.
Caddies are ripping around on motorcycles like 150.
That's golf.
240.
That's what I like. That's golf for me, right?
It's a madhouse out there.
But it is also nice to go to like a really fancy club and put on your sport coat and experience it. So, but they're opposite ends of the spectrum. Those two.
Well, what other nice tracks? I mean, Updog had the opportunity to play Shinnecock.
Yeah,
I stayed up way too fucking.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had an early tea time. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm on.
He lit up the shitter at Shinnecock like no one did.
Crazy. I was hitting wedges on the range trying to get loose. I couldn't see my ball. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, we get there. I'm like, boys, I got to shit. Go right into Shinnecock, oldest clubhouse in the world. And I was like,
so my claim to fame is I'm the worst. I'm not even that bad actually. I'm like a 7 handicap.
Oh yeah.
So I say I'm the worst golfer to play the nicest courses. I've probably played top 100. I would say I'm closing in on 40.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Well, I got lucky. My rookie year, when Jans got traded to us, him and Nasher hit it off. Rick Nash, and me and Jans are like this, right? So like transfer the property, me and Nasher start hitting it off, right? So I became Nasher's golf buddy somehow. So whenever he goes on a trip and he needs an extra, he's like, hey, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah.
See? Glue guy. See, this is why it's fucking... This is why
it's like Hazy can be like, I can bring Hazy. He'll get along with everyone. He'll fit along with everyone.
Man,
maybe take some money off.
Exactly. I'm paying right away. Pay my debts right at the end.
Dude, I'm a human ATM at my golf course. Every Friday I'm just like, what do I owe, boys?
Yeah, exactly. And so like, this is a sick story with Nasher. Me and VC are living together with Brady Shea. And he's like, hey, if you can get me on Fisher's Island, if you can confirm that we can golf on this place, I'll take care of everything else. And we're like, Visa's like, I went to Harvard, man. Like, I can get us anywhere. Like, so we confirmed that we're playing, and Nasher's like, all right, meet me here at 6:30 in the morning. I think it was like 36 in the West Side Highway. So we're like, man, are we Uber into Fisher's Island? Like, no way. It's way too far. We get up 6 in the morning. We pull up. There's a helicopter waiting for us.
Oh.
Nasher pays for everything. Helicopter there, 36, lunch, helicopter home.
National League.
That's
beyond National League.
And it was...
That's a guy who knows what the fuck's going on.
Exactly. And all he wanted, was just the chance to play this. And I'm like, dude, you want to go anywhere else? I can try to get you on. I can get you on a lot of courses.
Where else you want to go, bud? Fire up that helicopter again.
What a change in scenery for him leaving Columbus and getting to go play right in the Big Apple.
Yeah.
And then, he Boston after, but I mean...
Do you guys know Nasher at all?
I played World Juniors with Nasher, and then I played in Columbus with him for...
Super low-key.
A cup of coffee. Super low-key, quiet.
But, like, has the best stories.
Yeah.
He played in all, like, everyone says, like, the NHL changes, like, it's a change game. He's played in all of them.
Oh, I know. When he came in as an 18-year-old, it was old school rules. Yeah.
And then he was with the new school, like, you know what I mean? So he has unbelievable stories. Down-to-earth, low-key guy. Super small circle, and I was... lucky to be in. He's at my wedding, so it's
fuck. He would have liked playing with you. Just you putting pucks around his
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's so funny, man. Like I know what type of player I am, right? Like I have Like I think I'm great. I don't care what other people think, whatever. And Nasher told me, he's like, man, I legit had no idea who the hell you were. Like, he's super low key, right? He's a Hall of Famer. Like, he doesn't care about this rookie guy that signed out of college, right? Like, and he's like, I remember I played with you and you put one on a tee for me and I missed it. And he came back thinking like, oh, this guy's gonna be mad at me, and I'm like, hey, like we'll get him next time, man. Like I promise, I'll do it again.
I got that play all night in my back
exactly.
pocket.
Like, we'll do it again. Just go. I'm trying to tell him what to do. He's like, shut up. Like,
how was it playing for the Rangers? Because you're sitting beside two guys, or between two guys that would have probably give their left nut to play. It's probably better off if we didn't play.
If this place didn't take me down, that one would have really went.
New York. So I loved my time there.
For sure. You were great.
We had this debate. I played the Grove with Mark Stahl the other day. We had this debate. The team that we had, I don't know why the GM got rid of it. I'm not going to say he panicked because he's a great GM. It's Jeff Gorian, right? He's an unreal GM. But, like, we were sitting there the other day, we're like, just give us 2 more years to figure this out, right? Like, the team, the guys that we had, it was like, I was young. VC was really good. Brady Shea was young. JT Miller was young. Like, all these guys that have left are now, like, I don't want to say star players, but like marquee guys on other teams. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a great point by you, and it's got to be one of the hardest as a GM. Like, how much patience do you have?
When
right?
you decide, fuck it, I'm done. I'm selling everyone.
You would probably say the same about your Flyers teams. You guys had.
We just didn't have a goalie, but you guys did.
Yeah.
We never had the goalie to backstop us, and we had to go up against Pittsburgh. And
it sucks too, like, because that was the best locker room I've ever been. Like, I could go down the whole list of guys. Like, Tanner Glass. Beauty.
Love Glass.
Love him. And
love him.
His wife would be like,
Warrior.
his wife would be like, hey,
she's fun.
Do you find it weird that my husband's best friend's a 21-year-old? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I love him. Dude. But back to New York, this place is epic. Like, I talk to my fiance about it all the time. Where like we miss after games not being able to like go grab a bite anywhere. Like Philly, the game's over, you're like probably going home, right?
Yeah.
Like in New York, at any moment you can send it. You can eat.
Little blue ribbon. They're open till 4 in the morning.
Due West, like it's, you know what I mean.
Due
like
West.
It's so that was the best part, and I was lucky enough that the older guys really liked me. Me and JT Miller and Jesper Fast were the rookies together, and we got treated like gold by the older guys like Stalzy, Dan Girardi.
I love that JT Miller, by the way. I don't know him as a guy, but the way he plays, I love his game. Great. I love his compete level. Like
he's getting a bad rep right now for like some of the shit he's doing, but like
I take that guy on my team.
All he cares about is winning.
Yeah.
And
drinking
beers.
No, but then like shit, like we're getting off topic here a bit, but like with him, it's like, oh, he's getting upset, he's breaking his stick. I'd rather a guy that gives a fuck than somebody that's just up there and not winning.
Well,
and he's just like,
the thing with JT too is he's super confrontational is the wrong word because it sounds bad. Up front, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if he has a problem with someone.
That's how I want it to be, though. He's like, coaches too.
He's like, hey, I have a problem with you. I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, I'll tell you how great you are, and then like walk away and be like, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? And so like, I hate confrontation, and he like just admires it, right? And I think that's why he's so good. Like I remember I had this argument the other day. Remember when Luch was in his prime?
Oh yeah.
Like.
Couldn't be stopped. As far away as I
couldn't be stopped.
Yeah. I was deal
with him. Millsy doesn't have the same bite as Luch, but I would say he's a way better player.
More
skill. They kind of play like no one really. The Tkachuks are kind of like Millsy too, I guess.
But that's what I like about JT Miller's game is he'll finish his checks too.
Oh, he'll fight anyone.
Yeah,
too.
I'm like, this is what I want on my team. Like,
he'll legit fight anyone. He doesn't care. He's like farm boy. He's hilarious, and can drink beers until fucking.
Can play on my team
7 in the morning. He's so funny, man. He really is. And it's like now that like we're telling stories about other guys, like my weddings this summer, and it's hard to get to a wedding, right? Especially in the Cape, like.
Is that where you're getting married?
Yeah, I'm telling guys, I'm like, you guys should come on Tuesday. Like, the wedding's on Friday. Like, don't worry. Like, we'll have the whole week to be able to hang out. I'm like, this guy has 3 kids. Like,
I know.
He can't come on.
I used to give Broadway a little hard time.
But if there's an excuse, you gave him one.
Exactly.
Like, if he can't get away for this, he can't get away for nothing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you put a good, that's putting it on his tape. You're like, hey.
Speak about wedding. You guys are like this. Someone asked me, like, so what are you most looking forward to your wedding? I don't know how in the media that people ask me this. I said, I'm looking to see how Kevin Shattenkirk acts.
Yeah.
He's going to be
he's the legend.
number 1 at my wedding.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to him having himself an absolute time. He's the best wedding guy. We were saying, oh, it was Jans. Jans said if he had a head of hair, he would get hired to go to weddings.
Yeah, for sure. He'd be the organizer, the singer, the DJ. He'd have it all,
he's a prick shit house too, by the way. I saw Shaddy at Getsel's Gold Tour at the start of the year, and he fucking shook my hand or grabbed me. I was like, Shaddy, easy, fella. I'm an old retired pickleball player here. He was just like jacked up, ready to rock. But everyone loves that guy. Everyone loves him as a teammate. Updog has nothing but great things to say about him.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
What do they got you doing today in the All-Star skills?
Accuracy shooting.
Nice. That's the best one.
So it is the best one.
That's the best one.
I think it's the best one too. It's the one that has stayed within the All-Star game the whole time.
Clip the cardboard just like
exactly. I'm just like kind of nervous. Like, you know, when you miss the first one, you're like, oh, fuck.
I know. Just breathe, eh?
Who's going to be passing you biscuits, you know?
I would assume Johnny Hockey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
And then,
you could probably pick him.
I guess I'll ask Sid maybe.
Oh, so you get to ask the guys.
I think.
I like that.
I would say so.
That's what I would do. I'm going to be asking guys.
I would have picked you to pass. I mean, Hazy, throw me a couple
cut and time. You're like, Ovi,
exactly,
you can't pass, but like, don't hit me again. I'll let you pass for me. Will Bo be down there?
Bulldog's going to be there. Yeah, he's coming on the ice.
Bring him down on the ice? Awesome.
Yep, he'll be there. I'm hoping that everything is easy going.
We'll
see. He's at the age where, like, if he panics, he's like, I need my mom.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm like, your mom's not.
She's an Aspen.
She's
an Aspen.
So
I'm an uncle's ball. I got two nephews. I know how it goes.
I told Johnny, like, Johnny, you have a kid, man. Like, during the accuracy shooting, like, if you need to hold him, you have to take him, man. I'm sorry. So I think it'll be great. He's super excited. You guys know Bo. He is obsessed with hockey.
I was just gonna say that, bro. He is obsessed. My nephews aren't really into hockey that much, and when I see Bo on his Instagram and stuff, like, this kid loves the game.
Sits in the TV. I love the way the league in Boston has been around, and you guys with Billy.
He's become like a little celebrity.
Yes. You've done a great job.
Like, we're in media day, right? And like, someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, someone asked Sidney Crosby about Bo," and I'm like, "What the fuck? What is going on here?"
Broadway's looking down, going, "This guy's getting more." I wish he would ask about me back in the day.
Yeah, and so like that's so cool to me, right? Like that's what the weekend's all about for me. Like, again, like, I'm super happy I'm an all-star, right? But you guys know, like, I'm not downplaying it. Like, I don't care what outside people really think about me. I just care about what, like, my teammates and the inner circle gets to think about me, and be able to have Bo kind of come in. He's this morning. He's like, "Is David Pastrnak going to be there?" I'm like, "I think he's going to be there, Bo. He's not missing it. Unless he was in Miami. Exactly.
Unless he's at 11, Bo, he's coming. He's coming.
So, but like right now, like he's obsessed with me, Brad Marchand, Pasta, and Sidney Crosby.
And Sid.
Yeah, and he calls Carter the Heart. Yeah.
Good
So
for
he goes,
players.
Is Carter the Heart going to be there? I'm like, no, man.
Has he met Sid yet? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Oh,
He
cool.
will today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And like, that's epic.
That's
right?
it'll be a great moment.
Like,
it'll be a great moment.
But he has no idea at the time that he's meeting Sidney Crosby. But later on in life, when he realizes, like, there's pictures with him and stuff.
For sure.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, Hazy, man, thanks a lot, buddy. We appreciate it, buddy. Boys, love you here. Keep her going.
Anytime. Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see you,
buddy. Yeah, you too, my man.